Oh, that's fine. I don't care. I just looking what time. It doesn't matter. So Bill Benton and Vicky Dyke. Marlena will not talk to me or anybody really. Vicky Dyke.
I think Marlena. I think the TBI told her not to speak to nobody.
Okay, Bill Benton.
Sure,
Yeah.
She should hold some pretty valuable evidence. Because her and her daughter had been staying there at the Wellses.
Okay, so they did talk to her though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, Marlena's dad is one that Don had told all that stuff to, you see, what I was telling you a while ago about him, so he sacrificed her and all that, do away with all of those major sins.
That's so weird. So you think that there is something, that's crazy. I'm going to be freaked out if I went to that church and there's some kind of connection with that church. Because I went there one time. I went there that Sunday after I saw you last. And they seem like normal people.
Well, one time they will seem like normal people like that. I mean, because they are exposed.
Wow. Unless he got involved with...
Don had even, the night Don even went missing, Don even was talking about how the Romans was the richest people in the world, and then they would take and do away with certain kids and stuff to gain more power, and I mean, it is crazy shit he's talking about, but I didn't know really how to take it. Like he wanted to tell me what happened, but wouldn't just come out and just tell me. We're trying to beat around the bush about
yeah.
You know.
So, do you think that? So do you think that?
But neither one of them had no remorse like it.
Did they ever have remorse? Did you ever see them have? I mean, I know you weren't like friends with them really that much. I mean, it seems
like Don maybe in here 10 times the whole time I lived down there. Then someone goes missing. Within a week, he's there over 100 times. I mean, just hear every little bit. Can't get rid of him, hardly. You know what I mean? Just didn't make no sense. You see,
for what?
All he wanted to talk about is just like religion. I just hadn't just listened. Most time he just talked nonstop. On.
Would he be using drugs?
About them.
Would he
gaining power by whether it was their kids they had to take and do away with, to take and keep the power or something. I don't know. It didn't make no sense to me, but more or less to gain more power, to be more or less like a king or whatever.
Wow. See, that's like, I'm kind of wondering, that's why I've been looking into his family. I'm wondering if this is...
talked about the book. That's when he was trying to get me to get he's supposed to have it in the house down there. That's what I told I forget who it was I told her. I said, he trying to get me to
read some book.
Me that book.
I know, he was trying to get me to read some book too, by Ellen White.
Like I took it like if way he was saying things, like if I'd read that book, I'd understand what really happened.
Mm-hmm.
The way I took it, that's what I told somebody. I said, the way I'm taking it, if somebody could get the book that he's got, it may have other stuff wrote in it somewhere, but if they could talk him into getting that book and really looking and reading and kind of, man may figure out something.
So Candace doesn't seem very religious, though. He's...
The only time that she ever get religious when she thought she was going to jail. Or something, seemed like.
So, do you think she would agree to let it, agree to something like him, like, selling her or sacrificing her? Do you think she would be... do you think, how would you think, do you think she knew?
She'd do anything Don told her to do. That's the way I feel about it, She just, that's the way she's always acted, If Don says this, it's the way it's going to be, no matter what. I mean, that's the way I always took it. She's always act like them kids wasn't really nothing to her, you know.
Right. I heard that they didn't even.
She just act like they just.
Well, they were.
Nothing really, you know.
Would they ever stay over there by themselves, the kids?
Yeah, them kids have been there by themselves a lot. Back when the boys was probably 2, I'm gonna say 2 and 4, and they were just the 2 boys at the time, and they took in. It snowed a little bit, a couple of days there, and there'd been a tree that fell down there next to my mom and dad's on their property, and they took and hooked to it and pulled it down the road up there to their place. And when they did that, though, it wasn't that they got the wood, it was the principle of them pulling all the fence and everything out with it, you see. And that's what made me aggravated about it. I went down there, and the Youngans was locked in the basement by themselves, and they wasn't no stairs up, going up the stairs or nothing. I mean, it was just, you could see in the basement doors, and you could see the 2 boys. Didn't have no clothes on, nothing on them. A mattress 2 mattresses laying in there, and I was scared to death. I mean, I thought we'd do if I was like it, and that little and stuff. Somebody knocking on the door and never even met them or nothing, you know. Candace never would come to the door. Don was at work that day, but Andy Powell was staying over where that shed is on the road at that time, and he's a child molester or whatever you want, pedophile himself, you know. So just like him. I went to a friend's house one night. Well, he was there, Andy Powell was. And there's one living on Wells' property down there for a while. And I had my lady's oldest daughter with me at the time, and we walk in my friend's house and stuff, and there he's standing, and I hadn't even really met the man at that time. They introduced me to him then, you know. My friend did, told me who he was. He was Andy Paul. And then my friend's truck had broke down the highway down here, and he asked me and Andy Paul if we'd go down there and pull it in for him. And well, we'd go down there and stuff. I ride with Andy Paul in his van down there to where the truck is, and he just hooks the chain to it and pulls me back to my friend's house. Well, sometime during that, before we leave though, to go do that, he starts crushing up a pill on the counter and stuff, laying out lines, and I said, well, who's all these lines for? And he said, you. I said, hey, there ain't nothing for her because she's a minor. She ain't have nothing. You know, I mean, clear about that right off the list.
Wait, who was the girl again?
That was my old lady's oldest daughter. And somehow, in between that time, I know she didn't do no pill, but he'd slipped her pot, he'd slipped her liquor and stuff. And see, I didn't even know it that he'd even slipped it to her and stuff until the next day. And she was trying to get Laura to get me to go get some liquor and let on like it was for her and stuff, and it is crazy.
Who is this Andy Paul?
It's about to be bad.
That's
when he moved from down there.
How long ago was that? So if that was
that's Ben probably.
Is that Destiny, her oldest, that you're talking about, or your oldest?
Destiny's one I'm talking about. She was probably 12 or 13 at the time.
And how old is she now?
I think she's
21.
20 or 21.
She was mentioning her. I think she said her oldest is 20. I keep hearing noises. I keep looking back. You got me afraid of gorillas or monkeys. Am I going to get attacked by a monkey walking downstairs?
You would likely get attacked by them. Might get scared. I mean, they holler Devonsy. I mean, they're loud.
Wow. So that means, okay, so that would have been within...
My son, 2011 when we moved to Virginia, so it was before that. They probably around 2008 or 9.
So you were out here for... Okay, you were out here with her. She moved here for a few years. Then you went back. You went out to Virginia, and then you came back.
We moved to Virginia
for how long?
6 months. Then
okay.
I ended up
you still had the property
for 3.5 years, and then ended up. We worked up there trying to buy another place for a few years. Well, I had pulled 3.5 probation after that, so about 7 years right at roughly 6.5, 7 years we was in Virginia there. We was committed to Virginia more or less.
So from 2011 to 2017 or something, you were out there?
Yeah.
Or you didn't get back here?
I was during that time. I got out to February 2013. February 21st.
So when did you move back here?
Let's see.
What year? So you guys were gone for a few years then?
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't live here for one time. In 2010 we moved up there, because it was about 6 months exactly, just about exactly when I went to jail, and I went to jail and fucked up because it was her 9th anniversary and everything. We just had little man's birthday, so it was October.
That's
Seemed like October 13th, I want to think. When it was.
You have a really good memory. It's crazy. I noticed that you know dates and stuff like that. I would never know that kind of stuff unless it was something significant.
Think about it, you know.
Unless it was like significant.
I was in jail on my birthday and stuff because it was 2011.
Oh, okay.
11 months, 11th day of 2011.
And 11's supposed to be lucky, but I guess not, huh? Not in that case.
My lucky number 13, something.
13.
13.
Mine's my favorite number is 333.
Yes, number 2 is always been 13.
Yeah, 3 is
I was born on the 13th, Friday 13th. My dad was February the 13th, the day before Valentine's.
Yeah, I always see 333. That's the number I always see is 33. I see it everywhere. Like, I always, like the time, I look at the, seem to look at the clock when it's 3:33. I'll see, like, when I'm live on YouTube, it seems like I will notice there's 333 people on or watching me. Sometimes, like, all the time, I'm like, I see 333 everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I mean, since the time change ain't going to go back again. I mean, it's going to be this time year round now.
Oh, really? So they're not doing time changes anymore?
No, they've done away with that this year.
Is that so? That's everywhere?
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's going to be same time. Like here, like in the spring, it goes back and forth, fall forward. But it ain't doing that no more. It's going to stay just like this throughout the spring. They said during winter they'd regret doing it, I don't know why, but...
Something about the wedding,
See, there was one man, I don't know who he was, come here one day and asked where the Wells' property was, and I told him where it was down there, and then he asked me something about
when was
what
it?
I thought or something, and I said, well, I figured she may drown, I had my gut feeling at first,
When was that? Was that recently that this person...
That was, probably a couple months or something after you was here. But I didn't say hardly nothing to him.
Because somebody was saying yesterday or day before that there's a guy called JLR, on Jonathan Lee Riches.
See, I've never talked to him or nothing.
Okay, because they were saying that he said that he talked to you, and I'm like...
No, I ain't never talked to him.
I was kind of hoping... I can't believe nobody freaking come down here. They act scared. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't get very scared easily, but I mean,
there ain't nothing to be scared of, really.
I mean, it felt kind of weird coming back here at 2 a.m., but, or 1 a.m.
I mean, it's like this pretty much all the time. I mean, until we're leaving and there's people stealing everything you got. You wouldn't think back here that you'd have any trouble with stuff like that, but it's every day.
Do you think that Andy Jr., was he stealing stuff or anything like that?
I've never really seen him much more off the hill, but I have seen him in a swimming pool with Summer, like
When was
a
that?
month before she went missing. That's why I told him, I said, where'd the pool go? Because it was about where that red barrel was on that picture. It's about where they had that pool. It's about that deep. Probably be around this room right here. It's a pretty good sized pool. He probably 12 foot across.
And it was there.
And he was in it, and Summer was in it.
That was it?
But I didn't even see the boys that day there.
So it was just Summer and I thought that was his name, Andy Jr. That's what you always go.
They started calling this and that, and it just confused me because it ain't even nothing I know.
Yeah.
Somebody prowling now. They probably thought I'd lay down or something by now. That's what the dog's barking at. He don't bark at just anything. He barks at.
So you think somebody's messing back there?
Yeah, he's actually went this way out the yard. Okay, barking down the road. What they're doing, walking up the road, and then they come up through the woods. They're prowling now.
Now I'm going to be scared to walk down to my car.
They would get in your vehicle while I'm down. If you see your vehicle light come on or something inside,
I need to.
they would be somebody.
Let me make sure I lock it. It's like,
serious. I mean,
I think I locked it. I mean, there's nothing in it. I don't think, but still.
it ain't gonna be nothing important. I mean, it's just stupid shit they do.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
That's how they. Some people get like that when they get on meth and stuff. I don't know. Some people do. So, do you ever know, Andy Jr., was he one, did you ever know anything about a peeping Tom or anything like that around here?
I've never known nothing like that around here. I've heard Jody C. mention stuff like that over different times. See her out at that store or something other, and one of the little things like that. Oh, there's somebody peeking in the window on me.
Yeah.
It's been happening at your place.
Is your dog back here? I swear I hear movement.
Yeah, he's a blackie.
Okay, there he is. He's right here. Okay, you scared me, buddy.
Yeah,
God.
Yeah, he blends into you.
Okay, I was like, man, make sure nobody's back there freaking messing with your stuff. I don't know, it's creepy. So you never heard about, because now the one of the new things is that, okay, well, everybody is suspecting Judy Sue.
Another thing, see, just like Andy, what makes suspicious? Seen light down there, and also, I don't know, if that's from that car up the road or what. If somebody places a flashlight there, you see, it could be neighbors.
Oh,
they're a bit nosy, but anyway, Andy coming in here and then that truck car and then back out like that. That was odd to me, cause Andy don't come up through here unless one of his animals was missing or something usually. But he went and checked his other property that day, and just discovered that he didn't have no road into his property that day. And that road been gone for over a year. What made him decide to go down there to that property that day? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just odd that he went to that property that day. And that's on Fields Road, you see.
On what road?
Fields Road.
Phil's?
Yeah. Bale Road and Fields Road, the one they're searching.
What do you mean they're searching? Phil's? B-A-L-E-S?
Yeah, Bale, B-A-L-L, and Fields.
Oh, Fields, okay.
Yeah, it's across from Mount Palmer Church, where they've had all kinds of videos and stuff of it.
Mount Carmel Church?
That's where they had everything set up down there, the law and stuff.
Bells. You said B-E-L-L-S or B-A? Do you know? Or spell?
B-E-L-L.
Like a bell,
Yeah.
something like that. Okay.
Road.
Okay. So.
It's actually the very next road on the left as you go down.
So they're searching, and that's where his other property, or that's where his other family's property is?
See, I took TBI and stuff didn't know that his family or anything owned any property down there. See, there's a house back in there. See, that's where Andy and Jody lived before they moved up on the hill down here. See, they power everything back there. But it's just old rundown shack and stuff. But about 4 days before they done the search in there, somebody burned a bunch of stuff about right in that area where the house would have been back there on his property.
So, but is there any buildings back there now?
The house is still standing, the still have power on it, stuff. The door stuff is open on it. I mean, just like a shack, you know, but.
That's funny you say Fields Road because I was looking up that house the other day. I was looking up that property.
Yeah. Well, see, if you don't know where it's at exactly, you'd never find it because there's no road to it, no nothing. You can't see no house, no nothing from the road. It just looks like just a hillside like it right there. I mean, like there ain't no road up it, no nothing. But when you turn on Fields Road, off of Beach Creek there, you go across the bridge, Bell Road goes to your left. Fields Road stays to your right. There's an old barn stuff there, right in the corner. And then keep on going around through there, and you'll start into another curve. Just when you start in that next curve to the left, it'll be like a driveway goes straight. Instead of going around that curve, the driveway goes kind of straight on. And then big gate posts and stuff up. They got a big gate up across there. But where the gate is, if you're looking at the gate, on the left-hand side where the post is, that ridge line right there, that's where the road actually went up. They cut it out, put that gate and stuff in there, and done away with the road, you see. And you don't have to walk in there now, but that's how the road went into their property. When you stand at the gate, if you look to your left, the way the gate lays, that's the way the road goes up that little ridge point there, and once you get up on that ridge, you just follow that ridge on back. I mean, it's just like walking through the woods.
And you had the TDI asked you to show them back there?
Yeah, I took them back.
What was that?
I took them to the gate and stuff and told them how to get back in there. But
was that
one of the last searches they done, they supposed to search that in there, but I don't know.
Was that because of...
Well, they searched Bell Road and stuff. Bell Road comes backside of right here. It comes from it on the other side of this ridge right here. I mean, that's how far it comes back.
Yeah. When's the last time you talked to TDI? Has they gotten hold of you since I talked to you last? Which would have been January?
Yeah, I've talked to them about 3 or 4 times there, you know.
So they keep that hold of you?
I get any kind of
info?
Yeah, I don't know, you know. I don't tell them nothing unless I really think it's helping.
Yeah. So
it was just odd to me that he didn't check that property or was on that property or something that day and everything.
The same day that someone went missing?
Yeah. But see, Jody Sue's mom too. See, that's another thing. It's like when someone first went missing and stuff, Jody Sue are talking about, it was a perfect storm because everything in here, the tree trimmers, this. And then when something got brought up about maroon Tacoma with an Adirondack, well, what are they going to do when the Adirondack ain't on it no more? Like that. And I didn't know it till later on that her mom owned a red Tacoma, or maroon Tacoma, and Jody Sue been driving it here lately.
Yeah, and she's giving you a ride.
The Adirondack on it.
Yeah, because she told me that your wife said that a couple days after I had been here the last time that she was driving that vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, she brought her up here because my truck I drove Cam in it down there next to Donnie's driveway, and I was waiting on somebody to come and help pull it on up here, and in that truck. That was the same day that her and Andy was supposed to win the court over the
eviction or something, or
restraining order and eviction when they was trying to evict her,
So they evicted her.
Yeah.
Because that's what.
But after the third day of them standing on the hill, Andy, he leaves the holler, period. He goes to Knoxville and stuff and stays for, I think when I seen that story, the next time I seen him, it had been like 21 days that he'd been in Knoxville. And it just didn't make sense why he just up and just leave that like that,
He just go to Knoxville to get high, or what?
No, he just, I don't know what the deal was about that. The third day, he just up and gone.
And went to Knoxville?
Yeah, staying in Knoxville. He thought that working down there somewhere and stuff. Something. Like him and JD was having a lot of problems and stuff all of a sudden. And,
so who had to evict her? It was his parents, right? Because isn't it his parents' property?
Yeah. Yeah, it was actually, it was basically Carly and John, both, which John lives out here in the Hollow.
Which is her brother?
Yeah.
And your uncle?
John is
your cousin.
Carly's brother.
So that would be your cousin, your first cousin.
Yeah.
John Bernard. Okay, so John Bernard was back, that's his name.
John Smith is his.
Oh, John Smith. Okay,
Yeah,
that's right. He's a Smith.
Smith and married to Bernard.
Did you know that? Okay, but you said that on her side, or was it, I don't know if it was you or your wife that said, oh, you said on both sides that you have, on both sides of your family you have, was it Bernard?
Well, I'm kin to the Bernards on my mom's side.
Yeah, but.
Distant kin, see. But on the Hill side, my dad's side.
You're closer.
Yeah, like second, third cousin.
Yeah, because Andy's dad, his parents, I think, are cousins. I'm trying to figure out, because they were both born Bernard. Her name is something, it starts with a C. Something, Bernard.
John and Lisa here, John Smith and his wife. See, they didn't know at that time they got married and had young and stuff. People wouldn't just speak up. But see, they're first cousins. But he met her way over in Virginia and stuff, and never met her or nothing. And nobody wouldn't tell them that they were first cousins till it was too late.
Yeah, I think that they're just it would be Andy's, grandparents on his dad's side. I think that they're, distant cousins, because I haven't found their connection yet, but they're both were born Bernard. And actually, Andy's, so his grandfather on his dad's side was actually married to a different woman when he got another woman pregnant. So I don't know, I don't know if... Yeah, I didn't even go, I've been so interested in everything you've been saying that I didn't even, so Andy Paul, are you sure his name's Andy Paul?
Yeah,
because I was trying to find him online.
Andy Paul,
is it Anthony Paul? Could it be Anthony Paul?
It might be Anthony Paul.
Because I found it Anthony Paul.
See, I just like him when I took him to front end him about giving my daughter that shit.
Is he a registered offender? He's a registered offender? He's actually been in trouble for...
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's of my knowledge, of what Candace and him said. Because Candace and Don was like, I've seen him at school, something happened. He said, they've been trying to get rid of him for a long time, and they don't like way was when Don gave word, him and Candace, or he just taking advantage of Candace, or I don't know if they had a relationship or what, you know. But they was always all over each other stuff. But they like, we've been trying to get rid of him forever. What'd you do to get rid of him? I said, next day after we seen you out there, I said, he moved his shit and he's gone. Because that's what motherfuckers I do to him if he's ever done anything towards my kid.
And how old was Destiny at the time?
Destiny was probably about 13 at the time.
13?
Yeah. But see, she got ended up in the group home. Well, the group home was taking them to like Bristol Mall and places. Well, Andy Paul grabbed her up there at the group home, or at Bristol Mall, and telling her to holler for her daddy now and all kinds of shit. And she actually got away from him. The very next night, Destiny was supposed to took something other. They were doing something there at the mall. Well, Destiny was supposed to take something to the bank or the bus or something other, and another little girl actually did, and she ended up getting raped.
Was it that?
I believe it was Andy Paul. I feel like it was Andy Paul, so I feel like he was going to try to do something.
Was he? Is this guy your age? Is he your age or? How much older would you say? Like?
He probably say 3 to 5 year old or something.
Oh, that's it. That's just a few years older than you.
Yeah, he ain't a whole lot.
Okay, so he's kind of your age. So he might be like 50.
I mentioned him the other day. He said he'd been staying around like Duffield, over that way.
Duffield,
Virginia.
Oh, so that he.
Like Gate City, that area.
So is Virginia like right, real close to here?
What is
Virginia? Is it really close to? Is that why?
Yeah, it's right outside Kingsport right here. I mean.
Oh, okay.
It's probably from right here to Gate or Virginia line right there. I'm saying probably at 15 miles from here or something. It ain't that far. It's fast, I mean.
Okay, so that makes sense because you didn't know because you said you said okay because you moved to Virginia too, but you have family in Virginia in Duffield, right? Duffield.
Yeah.
Are you related to
Andy? From Duffield to here, what it was. See, they lived in Duffield. My great grandfather. It's just that hill I live here.
I need to cut.
Anyway, they took and moved here from Duffield and stuff. My grandparents, when they lived here, they still owned a little bit of property over there, but for a lot of family or anything, you know.
Okay, so, alright. I better hurry because, oh my gosh. You're just so interesting to talk to. And I'm afraid I'm going to miss something that you can't, it's impossible. What do you go by on YouTube when you were you going by Fred Hill when you were on YouTube?
Oh, I just take, I don't know.
You didn't make an account or anything?
I just, on my browser, I just go in.
Oh, okay, so I was going to say, like, because I wondered if you had, like, a username, if you made an account, like, with a...
my Gmail, Fred Hill 312. Well, my Gmail is what it is.
How often do you go on YouTube?
About every other day or something. I'll get on there and look at it.
Over at your mom's, or?
Yeah.
If you have to get internet out here, man, I'm telling you.
This is so much right here. I mean, I'm paying $300 to $375 every 11 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. And I know that if you wanted to, that's on the tools you got, because there ain't no hotspot, no nothing comes in here. That will, but certain ones you've got certain things killed.
Man, because if you just like...
It's what it is with kids here. Kids is what the world should be about, you know?
Wow.
That's what makes the world go round, kids.
Is that what the... So...
I mean, anybody that really knows me. I mean, I've had many 10, 15 kids with me at a time on this creek, and I have to run their parents down 2 weeks later to give them the kids back. I mean, those kids do everything.
Yeah. So
I've more or less been fathered a lot of kids.
and I just know to ask you, but
Wouldn't do nothing in the world to harm them in no way.
you don't seem like
Give my life in.
you don't seem like a scary person to me. So they must, law enforcement, they must.
It's just like when I went down there and done the statement in front of all of them. I mean, the whole deal, a bunch of them. When they took me down the line. They stood up and told all of them, introduced me to all of them. They told them, said, that the main drug task force man, he told me, said, since one of those citizens, if you justice man out here, he will not mislead things on anything. That's what he told me, you know. And I wouldn't, I mean.
Yeah, I can tell.
I didn't mislead them on nothing. They even asked me about the dope, everything. I mean, I ain't setting nobody out, but
that's why that's what I was worried. That's why I was wondering if that's what was going on with Dirty Sue. Like she was scared of, like she was doing some drug stuff and was afraid of, because she had to say.
I didn't even know they didn't do no drugs.
So you didn't know, you didn't see her ever.
I didn't know that Donnie was doing anything other than drinking and smoking a pot. I mean, I didn't take TBI stuff. I said, God, I didn't even know they even done anything like that, you know.
Well, but when did you see him do coke? Because he came down here asking if he wanted to do coke, but
the day before the boys got to it.
So that's the first time you had.
He took him. Well, he's come here before, late at night and stuff, but not had it where you could sit doing it or nothing. But now, the day before the boys got to it, he come here trying to get us to eat stuff with it, crazy stuff with it. I heard money one show.
Okay. So, but you didn't.
I was trying to set me up that night. I mean, he just acted weird as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, just, you know, it didn't make it feel like he was trying to set me up on something,
But you had never really seen him use before then?
No. I had never seen you guys.
But he would help?
Using stuff and asked if he could hang out for 30 minutes or something other to come down a bit so Candace wouldn't know or something other or whatnot. Then it'd be fine.
Because
he'd ask if I could, if he'd park in the driveway or something there for 30 minutes or an hour or something other.
So they never try to ask you guys for anything to see if you could get anything?
Like somebody was missing something back then that was getting boxing or something like a dirty food or some bullshit or something like that. I think maybe where she got that from. Just being honest about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The way Ziggy said it, I'll sit down, Vicky. I always put it. She'd always act like everything was coming here to get those and stuff. I mean, even way before summer, ever since they moved in this car and damn her, she's always dead on like it. We had all kinds of traffic and stuff. And
she doesn't seem like a very honest.
Her kids even go to school because all the dumb kids running in this holler and this and this and this.
Her kids aren't even going to school, were they? Okay, I heard that.
They did for a little bit, I think. She looked like she couldn't send them because of everything coming here. Well, first she told me that it was coming here in David Bates, then she said it was coming here in my dad's place. Like he was doing a bunch of stupid shit.
Yeah.
But as I look back at it, see, I didn't even know they'd even been charged for dealing with living in a home or down in a dwelling or something other.
Yeah.
Maintaining dwelling.
See, well, I mean,
I didn't even know that until lately.
Yeah. Did you know how Dirty Sue mentioned a scream? Did you hear anything about it?
I say she tried to get me the same day the son went missing. She kept saying something about the creek down at Jody City. And she wasn't missing no scream or nothing. But she kept saying something, wanting me to go to somewhere down there in the creek, something looked funny in the creek. But the way I've listened to a little bit of her shit, you know, she said, and she talked about washing my feet off in the creek, you know, not to take it, that the scent would stay in the creek or something or other bullshit. Scent just intensifies once you get wet like that and you walk in the creek.
So I wonder what she would think she'd be washing off.
I don't know. I feel like she had something to do with something or other. She kept saying something about something looked funny in the deep part of somewhere there at the creek. So it was like she was trying to get me to go look, so it looked like me that I was one of it.
Oh,
that's what I was getting. Feeling, you know, the
like
feeling
that she wanted you to put your, like,
yeah, it was
so
clear her, you know. That's the way I think.
I wonder, does she have, so
she knows more than she's saying.
She has a bad reputation around here?
No. I mean, I don't know if I know her.
As far as, like, seems like she's a liar.
Nobody's ever really mentioned her until some mentioned. Nobody. I mean,
Laura said that she had a bad reputation as far as, like, being a whore. I don't know if that's...
I think she had, when they lived in Cloud, the apartment, when she was supposed to be stripping and stuff, that the shit going that she wasn't. Because I know the owners. And I know the quality girls, they do hire and stuff, and they gotta be clean, no drugs and stuff, because they find out they're gone. They're restricting the girls.
So you didn't know her to do drugs, really?
No.
Does she have...
I didn't even know that they even smoked pot or anything. I know that she was letting on like she was sick, you know, signs at the bottom driveway and stuff.
Yeah, did she have cancer?
She said she did, but as far as me knowing that she did, I don't know if she did or just trying to get attention.
So you never knew her, you guys never got any pills off her? You never knew her to have pills?
No, just like Dawn and Kenneth, we never know. The only thing we know them doing is drinking and smoking a bit pot. You know, that's the only thing we know them. I mean, just like I said though, when I mentioned that something about coke or something,
she started seeing me?
We talked about something other and coke got brought up or something. I brought up coke or something, and then he went that night and spent everything they had.
He said, he mentioned something on the phone to me about coke once, like that every time he drinks, which is like that would be every night, because he drinks every night. It seemed like every time I talked to him on the phone, he was drunk. And so it's Candace.
It's like him that night before the boys got took by the DHS or whatever, the Child Protective Services. He come here and had a bunch of people on and talking about the TBI for and the dope house. He said he knows from foreign, so he just went dope house and dope house. I was thinking, why would you do that? You know, I mean. Do you think that he really believed that, or do you think he was like tweaking, like he had been up? Well, they were following him. I mean,
really?
But he was trying to get me to go fishing back to him. He had trouble with Knoxville, what he was told me. And he was trying to get me to go back down our west end just to show me how they was following him around. I said, I don't, you know, I mean, they'd just be putting me right there in the middle of everything, you know.
Yeah, it sounds dangerous.
He'd on me like I was doing something wrong. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it sounds...
Like I tell you, I ain't want no part of his coach he had that night, you know.
Yeah, especially after all that. After all this, like...
And next day, I found out the kids, the boys had got hurt, and I was like, really? You know.
So, but did you know about you did know that their CPS, or whatever you guys call it, CPS, that they were about to take, or they were already in their lives, like, before summer went missing?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's caught. A lot of people's caught in on and stuff, you know.
Oh, you
far as
said...
us knowing how much they took and if educated, nobody knows, you know.
When you saw those two boys, you said they were about 2 and 4 down the basement. You said there was no steps that went down to the stairs at that time?
No, they had to put them in the bottom side right there. Where the door is received from outside.
And they had no diapers on or anything? They were completely naked?
Butt naked. I mean, no clothes, no nothing. Didn't even look like there was any sheets or anything on the bed, no cover or nothing. Just bare mattresses laying on the floor. I ain't seen no toys, no nothing in there. And Candace, she wouldn't even come to the door. She was upstairs, and I beat on her because I pissed that day over some stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went on over on the where the building is. See, and the tall had a camper set up over there, and he was actually one that had drug the tree out and stuff, drug my fence and all that out down there. And but Candace never would come to the door that day. But the boys was down there by themselves. See, they ain't put them steps in until not too long ago, best of my knowledge, you know.
I know those are
A year or so ago.
Okay, because there was steps when Summer went missing.
Oh, yeah.
And she's been missing now a year. I'm just looking which one, because I do have to go, and I'm sure you're trying to answer questions.
Before someone went missing, it wasn't too long before someone went missing. I was getting asked up there to put the steps.
Mm-hmm.
No more than a year before she went missing, you know.
Yeah.